Hey best friend, welcome back to another video. I am Shantae if you are new here, and in this one I'm going to be showing you guys how I installed these knotless braids. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to join the family. We talk about a little bit of everything here, from hair, makeup, and outfits. If you have girls with different textured hair, we are here to help you with your hair care tips and routine. Now this is my second time doing this style with this type of braiding hair. Now what is different about this install of knotless braids for me is that I decided to do a parting grid. I will say with this technique, it did move along a lot easier when it came to parting my hair, but I have a total of 7 rows in my head. I have 5 at the top and 2 in the back. I found this braiding grid actually on Pinterest. It is super helpful, and of course I'm going to share it with you as well for you to screenshot and save for later. And it comes with all the sizes: large, medium, and small. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the products and the tools that we are going to need to achieve this look. This braiding hair is the Kima Braid. I purchased a total of 5 packs in the 14-inch and the color 30, and I purchased 1 pack of this 8-inch to create my cute little curly curls, and this curl is in the ocean wave. All of the curly pieces are going to be crocheted in, so that means you are going to need a crochet needle and of course a parting comb. I'm trying the braiding gel Push It by the Do. Now I also like to prep my hair while I'm working. Since we are doing a feed in braid style, it is so much easier to go ahead and prep your hair before you begin braiding. I like to use a wooden dowel. I purchased this years ago from Walmart. Literally, it's going to be in the fabric section. Now let's get into the technique of putting these braids in. Now for my rule of thumb, each braid has anywhere from 5 to 6 pieces added in there. This kind of helps me make sure that I'm keeping that same thickness as well as the length for each braid. I can't give you specifics like every 2 inches I add in braiding hair. I wish I could say that, but it really is at your preference. Now my pieces are about this thick as far as me separating them into little pieces to be able to feed into the braid. When I do add in my braiding hair, I'm always adding it in using my right hand. I have the piece in hand. I like to add it in between my index finger and thumb, and the second piece goes right over the index finger and that piece of hair, and then I just continue to braid as normal. Really just find what works for you. Everybody's hand placement is always different and it's always tweaked to their liking, so it's never a one size fits all when it comes to feed in braids. When it comes to tying off my ends, I always struggle with this part. I've tried knotting it, looping it, everything in between, and I always find that my knots always slip out. So I always add just a small tiny speck of nail glue to the end. So that means that all of my braids are braided past my natural hair. Now we are down to the last thing to do for this style, and that's to give it its boho curly look, and that's to crow in our crochet pieces. Again, this is where our 8-inch pack of the ocean wave is going to come in for us to achieve that crocheted boho look. And all I'm doing is taking my crochet needle, hooking it right in between the braid, tying it around using the invisible knot method, and that's where you take only one strand of hair and pull it through twice, rather than taking both strands of hair and pulling those through twice. And doing the invisible knot method, I end up with like 2 pieces of curly ends rather than one big curly end from doing the double threaded method. The invisible knot gives me 2 curly pieces, so that's also going to help with doubling how many curly pieces I have in my hair to give me more of that boho look. Another reason why I prefer to crochet in my curly pieces rather than feed those in like the braiding hair, I get real lazy when it comes to the maintenance of boho curls in my braids, and they will get nappy and they will get tangled, and it's just a whole lot easier for me to cut out those tangled pieces and crochet in some new ones. Now this is a great protective style, and I prefer the synthetic hair over the human hair boho braids. The human hair boho braids are just a little bit too high maintenance for me, and I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of a protective style if I'm maintaining it just as much as I would maintain my own natural hair. And I have tried the human boho braids. They are definitely gorgeous as far as aesthetic. They give off the most beautiful vacay summer vibe. Well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. We greatly appreciate having you here. Be blessed and be safe.